Hello and welcome back to our life. Today we are having a very long day. But hey, all's great because we get to see Cove again. Isn't that fantastic? The sooner we get over with the non-DLC moments, the sooner we can hit that library, or the ghost, or the barbecue, or Runaway. Note that I haven't said sleepover because that is the last thing we're doing, and then summer is donezo. So, with that mentioned, I think now is such a great time to get back into our life and go to Long Day. Our last moment in the non-DLC series is, of course, shopping. Because who doesn't love to go down to the market? Oh. We love to go there. It was another scorching summer day. The kind where no sooner had you finished one cup of water, you're already filling it up again. Add some ice. Everyone else had something going on. So that afternoon, it was just you and Shiloh. This didn't happen much, especially since Cove arrived. Without Lizzie around, Shiloh looked at you for all the answers. Made you feel nothing really. Shiloh went along with whatever you wanted, so he wasn't a bother, but he wasn't that much fun. You drained another drink and frowned at the empty vessel. Your thirst was gone, but you craved something icy, cold, refreshing. Something sweet, something like a popsicle. You really wanted something fruity, bright and coloured. There was nothing like that to be found at home. You knew that without needing to look. Your mom didn't keep sweets in the house. Outside there were plenty of places where goodies could be attained, but they were shops and demanded payment in exchange for their products. You sighed. As much as you really wanted that treat, it wasn't going to happen. What's wrong? What a popsicle! Shiloh, who had been draped over the sofa, perked up. That sounds good. I don't have any here, and I don't have any money. Oh, let me check if I have any. Shiloh rummaged through his backpack, proudly produced an assortment of coins plus one stray bun. Set the bun aside and counted the coins in neat piles. Just over $1. He announced this to Shiloh. He had almost certainly came to the same conclusion, but he'd been watching you expectantly. It's not enough. I'm sorry. We need to find some more. Okay. The two of you lifted couch cushions, stuck tiny hands down deep crevices in the sofa and under furniture, scoured the back of drawers. Most of what you found was useless or gross. Bent paper clips, fluffy wisps from dust or sandy crumbs. But every so often, one of you would strike the silver or bronze and add it to the growing pile of coins. Dusty and disheveled from checking every room and squinting into every tiny nook, the two of you finished spoiling your finds. Shiloh held his breath as you counted the coins once again. $2.53 and 2 buns. You didn't know when the second bun had decided to join the party, but you were too pleased with your successful haul to throw it out. Is that enough? You figured he knew the answer without looking at you for confirmation. But the thrill of your success and the reward that would follow cancelled out any feelings you might have about that. Yeah. You could now afford something at the shops. Just one thing. But that was indefinitely better than none. Shiloh clapped his hands. Yay! The two of you dashed outside. The promised sugar boiled to you on your destination were breathless but happy. You stared at the overwhelming number of options. Actually, sometimes you can get ice creams out, at least where I live. They're like under a quid. Obviously, this is in dollars, so I don't know with American currency, but wherever we're located. I would presume Florida, but we could be anywhere that does US dollars. You knew what you wanted, but it wasn't just you who had contributed to the fun stay at the tree. He seemed to notice your pause. Aren't you getting a popsicle? Shiloh asked, as though he was entirely separate from the decision, rather than someone with a stake in the outcome. Do you mind? Shiloh cocked his head to the side. It was your idea, you should choose. You tried to get something you both wanted anyway. It wasn't fair for you to be the only one to decide. Me had been a main factor in making this happen. Some of the money came directly from his backpack. What do you like? All of them. They're so good. You pressed further. But what do you really like? Popsicles or ice creams? Which is your favorite? Oh, it's so hard to pick. I don't know. Frustrated, you cut to the heart of the matter. You want me to choose? Yeah. And it was like that. You get the dessert you wanted originally and hoped Shiloh would like it too. Finally, the reward of your hard work was in your hands. You sucked on the fruity popsicle you bought. The icy cool treat cooled you down perfectly, and the zesty flavor was refreshing. Oh. It was so Shiloh can try. Yeah, you literally said it. You didn't want any? After everything he did to help? Get it? It was weird. You tried to include Shiloh. Even if Shiloh was okay. Said it was okay. Every story you've seen on TV or read in a book said sharing was caring. You stood your ground. Even as the tree started to trickle dangerously towards your fingers. It's okay. It's only fair that you have some. We both brought it. But you wanted more than I do. And getting to play was a lot of fun already, so you can have it. It's more than fair. You had it out to him. I want you to have some of it more than I want to finish it. To be your part. Relenting, Shiloh took the tree and gave it a taste. His eyes lit up. It's really good. Thank you. You smiled, pleased with your good deed. I imagine, it's just about split in the middle. Both heads cut. So there's no contaminating either side, but I don't know. The kids. You picked the best one. Did he mean that? Shiloh was always nice no matter what happened. Even if he hated it, you knew he wouldn't say so. Maybe he thought it was gross, and that's the real reason he didn't want to take some. You had no idea. You studied him as he ate a little more. He had every appearance of enjoying himself. Still weird. The two of you began to head back home as he ate. You walked side by side on the shore in silence, but your thoughts kept drifting to the boy beside you. Why didn't he speak up for himself? It's almost as if Shiloh didn't know how to say what he felt or was too afraid to. You thought that was kind of sad. But being able to talk to the person isn't fun. And you didn't want to be the kind of person that was scared to tell their honest opinion to. You considered asking Shiloh about it, but if he couldn't give an opinion on something like ice cream, then he wasn't going to be open about this. You hoped for the best. Maybe you were wrong. Or if you were right, maybe you'd feel better about it soon. Shiloh made you uncertain about setting a label on the experience of spending the afternoon with just him. There had been good times, and there had been confusing ones. You're positive about one thing at least. The tree was delicious, and that was nice. The sun was low on the horizon as you returned to your neighborhood. There you spotted two very familiar figures up ahead. Lizzie and Cove. Let me guess. Charlotte's gonna do a run straight to Lizzie. Uh-oh. Cove's crying. Not good. You open your mouth to make your present known to them, just as you saw tears on Cove's face. You walked straight over Shiloh at your heels. See, I can't English. Once that you carefully asked what happened. Without a time machine, the only way you were going to find out was by asking the witnesses. Lizzie might have done something wrong, but she could have been in the wrong place at the wrong time, or even come to Cove's aid. I wanted to hear the story. Cove, what happened? Ellie, I got yelled at. Aww. Took a deep, steadying breath. Some of the grandparents got mad at me. Aww, sorry. Lizzie jerked her head in the direction of a nearby house. Your heart sank. You knew exactly what had happened. I think just pushed back to continue. Every year, the same mean old couple rented out that condo for the summer. You, Lizzie, and Charlotte need to stay away from them, but Cove couldn't have. I don't like that with everyone. Even your mom struggled to find anything nice to say about them. The elderly pair partly took offense to kids. It didn't matter if they were really nice like Cove. Yeah, Lizzie said. Lizzie drew herself up with that. She pointed in your direction. I was helping. That's cool. Is there anything I can do? No, I'm just gonna stay away. Or you could teach them a lesson. There was a devilish squint in her eyes. What? You should ding-dong dish them. Go ring the doorbell and run. That'll be great because they're so slow, they'll never catch you. That's dumb. I don't want to go near them ever again.
We're just saying that because you're a chicken.
You're just saying that because you're a cluck chicken. Cove glared but didn't take the bait. Lizzie turned to you. You're not a chicken, are you? I'll do it. Really? You took a deep breath and nodded. Lizzie squealed in delight. We'll go hide. Run as soon as you hear the bell. Good luck! Lizzie and Charlotte ran across the road to take shelter in the bushes. Even once they settled down, you could make out two child-sized shapes staring from between the leaves. You knew where to look for them, though, and you told yourself the grouchier people wouldn't spot it. Cove sighed, with his gaze flicking to the house then back at you. Be careful. Be as quick as a flash. He gave the door and you one last look before joining Lizzie and Charlotte in their hideaway. The weight of 3 pairs of eyes on your back was heavier than anything you carried before as you approached the door. You hesitated as you reached for the doorbell, then you rang it. Approaching the... You rang the doorbell, bolted, and approached the hiding spot. There we go. I double-clicked sometimes, or at least I assume I double-clicked. I don't know exactly what happened. And then we crashed on top of the bushes. Carl quietly hissed at you, unwittingly colliding into him. But by the way his arms were out, it seemed like he intentionally tried to cushion your landing. Shh! Lizzie put a finger to her lips, nodded at the house. You disentangled your limbs from curves and spun around to see the old man framed at the doorway, peering back and forth suspiciously. You covered your mouth with your hands, but it wasn't enough to stifle your giggles. Maybe he spotted one of you. Maybe it was the leaves you displaced while jumping. But he locked eyes at the bush and stormed over in your direction. Charlotte gasped and looked at Lizzie. Run. Your sister did not hesitate to take her advice, neither did Shiloh. You got up, seeing Cove struggling to extract himself and stand up with just one functioning arm. You gave him a hand before taking off after the others. The old man's hollers propelled you all from the street to the sanctity of the hill. Once you were safe, did you notice a stitch in your chest, an ache in your legs? You walked down, the blades of glass tickling your face. Lizzie, who had taken the lead in the end, was also lazing on the ground. The four of you took a moment to catch your breath and enjoy the feeling of the cool grass against your skin. But I'm getting so many notifications. Hey, Cove! Cove lifted his head. I told you there were mean grandparents around here. Cove rolled his eyes, and then decided it wasn't dismissive enough, and rolled his whole body away from your sister. Lizzie chose to ignore his response and started chatting to Shiloh, who eagerly joined in the conversation. In the back of your mind, you knew you'd be second fiddle against Shiloh once Lizzie came around. It always went like that. Yeah, because he has a massive crush on her. It's obvious. And it was fine, you thought. Shiloh could prefer Lizzie as much as he wanted to. There were other things to attend to anyway. You were all closer to Cove. He had calmed down, for the most part, and was inspecting the flower. His fingers pinched the stem and tilted the white petals towards him. That's a poppy. Cove glanced at you in acknowledgement and then back to the flower. He doesn't look too happy. And the type of poppies on this hill have the name White Linen Poppy. Mom told me. He quaked into a smile. That's funny. He ran a finger around the edge of the petals. It doesn't feel like cloth. You need a love to make anything. He nodded and released the delicate plants. Evaluation complete. This is my favorite kind of flower, but I didn't know what it was called. Thanks. Oh my god! I can type my own answer? Really? Like, they're really cute. At least in my opinion. Well, like, you can get a rash or skin irritation from touching the plant. Makes them even better. The lily of the valley. Huh? Neat. Thanks. I also like nightshade, but I'm pretty sure they're deadly. Oh, look at that boy. He looks so peaceful. You moved onto your back with a small smile and looked at the darkening sky. The blanket of clouds remind you of a thick throat you curled under on cold, rainy days. You wondered if the clouds would be as soft. They lazily floated on by, splitting from each other, merging and morphing into new shapes. You saw a dolphin. You saw a dolphin leaping through the sky. You nudged Cove and pointed to it. Look, a dolphin. Oh, they have a blinking animation. That's even cooler. Cove joined you in gazing skyward. Yeah, I see it. Really? No, I like dolphins. Hey! He chuckled at your reaction. All the sunlight faded from the sky and the moons rose higher. Lizzie got to her feet, dusting strands of grass from her bare legs, and surveyed her surroundings. The ocean, visible from the crest of the hill, beckoned with every sweep of the tide. Let's go to the beach. There was no argument from the other two. Shiloh was still Shiloh, and Cove would never say no to go to the shore. He was the child of the sea, also a child of Poseidon, then. You were too tired to argue. It had been a long, hot day. You weren't bothered about going there, but you'd rather do that than make a scene. You stepped onto the sand for the second time that day, but it felt different at night. The beach was nearly quiet at this hour. Abandoned Star castles? Someone draw me a star castle. Please. Abandoned sand castles and footsteps in the sand. Too big to belong to any of you. You will only belong to any of you. Well, the indication of how busy it had been only hours earlier. 4 of you kicked off shoes and removed socks and walked along the water's edge. The wave tickling your feet. I wonder what happens if you try to take a bath in the ocean with shampoo and everything. That'd be bad for the fish.
Jeez.
I didn't say anyone would do it. Jeez, you don't have to be serious about everything. You're the one who asked what would happen. That is what would happen. It'd hurt the fishes. I like bubble baths at home. They're a lot of fun. Me too. Bubble baths are luxurious. You never heard Lizzie use that word before. Mummy loves to have baths. Baths in her bubbles. She would turn the light off and have candles. I'm gonna do that next time. Hey, when's your mom coming to pick you up anyway? Not for a while. She's busy. What about your dad? How come you never talk about him? Nobody does. Don't you know you're not supposed to ask something like that? Why would somebody want to talk about something they've never talked about? You kept your eyes on the ground, watching your toes get swallowed up by the waves. Even if Shiloh never seemed upset when this topic came up, it made you feel awkward just for having both your moms. It's okay. I'm like Lizzie and Callie. I don't have a dad. But I don't have 2 moms. I just have one. She's really great. Oh. Sorry, I only have one now. My mom isn't here. She's back at home. Just my dad and with me.
Sorry.
Aw, I never had a dad or anything, so I don't feel bad. It's really sad that your mom is gone. Code nodded. Oh. No, we are not joking. Even if they're all different, our parents are good in their own ways. Yeah. Code couldn't muster a response. You don't think you truly disagreed, though. The silence broke with splashes. Lizzie kicked in your direction. Cold water and sodden sand splattered against your legs. Lizzie giggled, a foot still stretched from the kick. Cove joined in, striking incoming waves to make a splash of his own. Shiloh scurried out of Cove's spray zone with a grin. You retaliated. You used your own foot to smack water pouring around you, sending an arc of sea foam flying back at your sister. You laughed as she spluttered, sending the salty sea water having landed in her mouth. She spat it out. Yuck! As he chased you, intent on revenge. You dashed up and down the coast, taking the intensity of predator and prey, as well as joining forces to take down Shiloh Cove. Alliances were silently forged and wordlessly broken. Everything was a fair game in war. Ah! Shiloh's brief exclamation was drowned out by the biggest splash yet, caused him to falling face first onto the ground. Oh, that would have been pretty bad enough without the wave that followed cascading over his prone body. Shiloh sat up, shaking his head like a dog coming in from the rain, as you all hurried over to check on him. His hair was plastered to his head, his soaked clothes clung. If there was any part of him that was still dry, you couldn't see it. That was crazy, are you okay? Yeah, my foot got stuck and I fell over. Why don't you go, Shiloh, you dumbo? Let him get out by himself. Shiloh seemed fine. Babying him might make him feel worse. But Lizzie didn't have the same idea, and held her hand out to Shiloh. He reached down and took it. Slowly, he started pulling himself from the ground. Then he slipped on the slick sand, dragging him and Lizzie down just in time for another wave to hit. The water rolled over them. Sorry! What are the odds of that happening twice in a row? He thought they must be low, but there was no way Shiloh would do something like that on accident. I mean, on purpose, and pretend it was an accident. Especially not to Lizzie. Even if your relationship with Shiloh fell unclear, he did at least like her a lot. Lizzie was his favorite, right? Smiling boldly, Lizzie extracted herself from the ground and wiped a streak of sand from her cheek. She didn't intend to let this embarrass her. Shiloh got up again as well, this time without incident. He still looked like a drowned puppy, but that didn't stop Cove laughing at the two of them. With that, it was time to call it a day. Three of you drudgingly made your way back home, leaving a trail of wet footsteps and sand in your wake. As damp clothes weighed the group down. Your moms were outside chatting to Cove's dad. "We're back!" Your mom's faces fell as they took in the state of you were all in, ranging from messy to soaked. I think Elizabeth might need to knows. Elizabeth, is that all you have to say for yourself? You brought half the beach back with you. They certainly did. What's Marigold going to do when she comes to get Shiloh? Is that how you want him to be for the long drive home? Cold and filthy? Lizzie's expression turned sulky over the scolding. Being the oldest could be fun, but it also meant she was the first to get in trouble when something went wrong. Mr. Holden, on the other hand, chuckled as he ruffled Cove's matted hair. "You've been out making memories, Bucko. I'm glad you had a good time with your friends." Cove used his slightly moist cast arm to push his dad off. Mr. Holden's eyes widened when he noticed that it had gone wet. Now he was worried too. I think they could have found a less risky way to spend time and had just as much fun. That might be right, kids. What can you do? Come on, Cove, let's get you cleaned up and dried off. We wouldn't want that cast to have to be reset. Cove winced at the thought. Okay. That a boy. He does not look happy. Mr. Holden casually bent down and plucked Cove off the floor, ultimately holding Cove against his chest. Sound was already transferring from Cove onto him, but that didn't seem to bother Mr. Holden. Cove protested being carried, but only got a reassuring pound on the back for his trouble.
Take care.
Good night, Cove. Thank you for the talk, Cliff. She seems really blushy, but I don't know if that's just because of makeup? Because of Mom? Nightfall family in Shiloh too. Resigned to his fate, Cove twisted his body in his dad's arms in order to turn around and wave goodbye. Smiling, he waved back. Good night! Well, we better do what we can to fix you guys up. Come on everybody inside. I want to march straight to the downstairs bathroom. So, I guess we have a basement for this occasion. Okay, Lizzie's mom. Don't worry about stopping to wipe your feet on the mat this time. That won't do much good tonight. Sitting on an old bench towel your mommy had found, you waited in the hall. You were less sandy. Until you were less sandy, you weren't allowed to go to your room or walk around the house. I feel like we are like the least sandiest. But you did get to eat a sandwich for dinner there. It felt like an indoor picnic. It had been decided that Shiloh would wash off first and borrow some of your clothes. He was already finished and packed away in his mom's car. Miss Fields had come to collect him a while ago. It was a bit of a funny experience seeing him without that hat on for once. Lizzie, being much more soaked than you, was next to her in the tub. It wasn't a bubble bath as she hoped. This was a no fun allowed cleanup session. At least that's what she claimed. Not much longer, and it would be your turn. When the bath was done, you would have to go right to bed. After a day like this, though, you were glad there wasn't going to be any further events. Drifting off to sleep sounded like a great idea. And we are done! Oh, I love the colours. Next we have shopping, but until then, I'll see you when I see you.